Hello, you folks. It's charming that I have you in my science class today. We'll be focusing on the bacteria today. Without further ado, let's get started on it. Here, we can see the structure of a bacteria. So this part colored in blue is called the cell wall. It protects the bacteria from the outer world. So here, another protective layer is the cell membrane. It protects the cell, so it regulates water and other organs that goes inside it. So the only organs that's inside the bacteria is called the ribosome. The ribosomes use the codes of the DNA to make proteins. They just flow freely around the bacteria, and then they read the code of DNA and start making proteins and keeping those bacteria alive. So most important of all, the DNA. Without DNA, humans won't live. So DNA is an important part of the cell. Here, see this little tail-like structure? It's called a flagellum. It helps propels this bacteria forward or upward or any direction you want. So here, we've got some cool facts about bacteria. So here, I just talked about flagellum, the tiny structure. So do you know that a bacteria with these tiny structures can swim as longer than itself, 100 times longer than itself per second. That's fast, faster than human. So here, we're focusing on the bacteria's reproduction. So reproduction of bacteria is called a binary fission. Here, we can see a single bacteria, and during 20 minutes, it grew and grew and grew, and finally it replicates its DNA. And then after 20 minutes, it's split in two. 20 minutes later, 2 become 4, 4 become 8. And after 24 hours, you'll get 140 billions of them. So that's why when you wash your hands during night, you'll get another whole bunch of bacteria on your hands when it's morning. So we just look at the structure of the bacteria. It seems big, enormous, but actually it's very, very small. Here, let's make a comparison. Look, here, this one is a single piece of rice. The rice is very small to us, human, but to this little bacteria, it's enormous, like a giant mountain. 2 sides of Mount Olympus. So, do you guys know the biggest bacteria in the world? It's as big as this dot here. So its length is about 0.73 millimeters. That's smaller than the rice, much smaller than the rice. So we're moving on. Here, you can see we've got different types of bacteria. Some bacteria help us, but some do not. They can give damage to our bodies. So first we'll talk about the bad guys. These are called Staphylococcus. It's gold. Its color is gold. So many people seem to love it, but it can cause serious damage to your body and your skin. So it invades your body and you may grow some spots, or you may have a fever or cough, but your body will fight it. Your body will fight it easily. So much about the bad guys. We are moving on to the good guys. So in your tummy, every day, you're carrying millions of those bacteria. these bacteria are called probiotics and help you digest your food and make your tummy better. So it helps us. But we've got some tragedy things. There's a kind of like killer of the bacteria called bacteriophage. They invade the bacteria and damage it. So here's the mainly structure of a bacteriophage. It's like rubber machine that's moving around and doing killing things for human. It's not like nature things. It's like human made, but it is nature. Most mathematicians found it interesting because look at its hat. Its hat is a icosahedron, 20 faces. So it invades the bacteria and kill it to replicate itself. So let's see about this process. The first step of all is the bacteriophage finding a bacteria and attaching to its surface. You might think that this single virus can't break free of those pillys, flagellum, or cell wall, something like that, but it make a pinch in the cell wall and the cell membrane and went right into the cytoplasm and making way it goes to the DNA. So it injected its own DNA into the bacteria's DNA, so the ribosomes can't. The ribosomes just steadily follows those virus DNAs and make proteins for the virus. So the bacteria had just taken a great step to its own downfall. The ribosomes created many copies of those bacteriophage. So now the bacteria got a swarming army of bacteriophage inside it. So it might burst, and the bacteriophage will burst out of the bacteria, and the bacteria will just like boom and explode it. So that's pretty much about bacteria. Thank you. Do you have any questions? Nice. See you next time. Bye.